Welcome back to another session. We're just here in quarantine. Uh, who knows what day of quarantine it is? Week number 3. This is KINLANCE back in the studio, just taking some questions, and we're just talking about what's all happening today. So, March the 30th this month was a eventful one. A lot of stuff took place. Still, everything is shut down, and the quarantine media is new. Now everybody is concerned about public health and the health of their neighbors, etc., etc., reducing the spread. Interesting times, but not anything too out of this world. Still just listen to jazz and not really get too consumed by what's taking place with the changes in life. We would hope that these kinds of changes wouldn't persist. Okay. So, from Left No Impact, something that I wrote and edited a while back, started in 2013. Just kind of a column of, events that were happening when I was out there in the city, and a lot of stuff was going down. A lot was in the news. We see the mutations of false realities. It's make-believe. Time always seems shaking in moments. The energy may shift. Sometimes looking back, it's blurry. The history of the individual can be blurred when so much is happening in the age of hyper information, internet, wireless, 5G, Disney Plus, you name it. There's lots of stuff now that we can do. People ask me what's my view on COVID and what I think the agenda behind it is. My guess would be a public health institute of guidelines, a new sort of organizing around the bettering of everybody's well-being. I was considering writing something about COVID, but maybe let this period get further along into the story. Who knows? Maybe April the 30th will be the end of it. Maybe it won't. So the unification behind public health, new global guidelines for reducing the spread of infectious disease. It's a strange phenomena, really. The invisible enemy is here, hopefully not to stay, but how much can life change when you're fighting an invisible enemy? What parts of the economy and the social structure should stay in place? The television, although I do watch it. It's mainly filled with the corona case day by day, the New York and Chicago and Michigan. It's unfortunate that there seems to be a real debate over equipment and supplies. Shocker to me that this conversation is happening. Hopefully it's just something that caught everybody by surprise, and the supply shortages aren't going to persist. But yet that's been, in my opinion, one of the biggest disappointments of all that I've seen on TV in my life. But the coverage of it is fairly standard to me. The main media that we have in the States, Fox, CBS, ABC, NBC, CNN, etc., they're all saying almost the same message, which is protect yourself and just make sure that your hygiene is up to par. And that's one thing that I hope persists after this period, is the increased hygiene. Maybe social distancing in some situations should continue even after the pandemic has been wrapped up. But it's a little too early to talk about the pandemic being wrapped up when the crisis really is still not yet at the apex. So says New York Governor Cuomo, which I have people in New York State, people on my Snapchat and Facebook, Twitter, New Yorkers. Incredible place. I've been out east, spent time in Brooklyn, really interacted with the people of New York. They're wonderful. To think that the richest city in the richest country has to put medical workers ill-prepared against a virus so deadly is unfortunate. I'm in the Great Lakes region, Wisconsin specifically. Things here, of course, are shut down for the most part. The airports and jobs, workplaces, office buildings, but still with the warmer weather, people want to be out and about still in some degree, whether it's just taking a walk or driving around the block. Sure do hope that the hygiene culture persists and we carry it as an American culture going forward, which is that we shouldn't be having person to person spread, because we've got to be clean and stay clean, live a cleaner life than we did in 2019. That's not a bad goal for anybody, for any nation. So in so many of my articles, I would write about the divide and the difference between life state to state, household to household, however many ways you could divide people, communities. So it seems that with Corona, there's more of a leveling of the situation. And for the first time really in my time alive, I see a challenge that all of the nation kind of will endure together. The sacrifice of home life and the quality of being outdoors and in groups, bars, restaurants, movie theaters, the many places that people gather, really is something we should, appreciate, along with travel. Because really, in the snap of a finger, all of that can be gone. So, I did get a few people that wondered, how I'm doing, and of course, we're doing all right. Nothing is really that impactful this way, besides not being at work, which, personally, if it had to be done in one way or another, there was a need, at least for some people, to not go to work for a period of time. And I want everybody to be working. I want people to be making money, but there are some people who already have the money that just needed to be away from work. Other people who will rethink their industry or their line of work, coming back to the job force after the coronavirus has left. So to some degree, I do think it's a new transformation of culture. There should be some good things that come about from this. Even with the numbers out saying, a lot of people are going to feel it. We survived the Spanish flu, the Spanish influenza of 1918 was survived by the world and America, and the amount that was lost over that short matter of time was record-breaking in that era of today's history. More people should just take the time to work on themselves and kind of use it as a red shirt to the personal development, like a quarterback in college who's red-shirted because the time's not yet, but still, ready and not really distracted at all. Sure, the world is apparently on fire, but how do we still go day by day? And that's what I've been telling people, and that's mainly the stuff that I was telling other people to tell other people is, yeah, the world is on fire, but still you have to plan out from here to Monday. You couldn't let a single event hold you back, nor a series of events. So I do appreciate the folks that hit me up and made sure that we were all good, and asked if we needed food or water, vitamin C, anything like that. We're doing great, and I hope you all are too. Please do follow us, and just look us over, see if you like what's happening at the lab. We'll just try to tune in from time to time, and we'll keep you updated.